Well, hello and welcome to day 8 of 90 Days to a Positive Mental Attitude. And we are actually going to start chapter 2. So we are on day 8. We've done a whole week, 7 days. So congratulations to all of you who've done that. That's amazing. 7 days. Woohoo!
Yay!
Yay. Yeah, and so we're going to start chapter 2, which is personality plus. Our personalities affect how we treat others and ultimately how they treat us. Since we cannot achieve our goals by ourselves, personality becomes an important factor in our success. Week 2 focuses on elements of a positive personality. Okay, so let
All
me pull
right.
the book.
Share the book. I'm ready.
All right. Okay, that's what I've just read, and we will get on to the beginning here.
You want to start today? I started yesterday.
Yeah, sure. Okay, day 8, a character of success. The development of a positive personality begins with sincerity of purpose. Napoleon Hill related a number of anecdotes that illustrate the importance of being sincere in all you do. One involves Abraham Lincoln, who was once told by a friend that his enemies were saying terrible things about him. "I don't care what they say," Lincoln exclaimed, "so long as they're not telling the truth." Sincerity of purpose made Lincoln immune to fear of criticism. The same trait helped him meet seemingly insurmountable problems growing out of the American Civil War. Sincerity is a matter of motive. Therefore, it's something that others have a right to question before granting you their time, energy, or money. Before embarking on a course of action, try testing your sincerity for yourself. Ask yourself, am I giving fair value in service or goods for the profit or wages I am hoping to make? Or am I hoping to get something for nothing? Sincerity is one of the hardest things to prove to others, but you must be prepared and eager to do so. Another Napoleon Hill anecdote illustrates how one person demonstrated her sincerity. Martha Berry founded a school many years ago for mountain boys and girls of North Georgia whose parents couldn't afford to pay for their schooling. To raise money to carry on her work, she sought and was granted an audience with Henry Ford. She asked for a modest donation, which Ford refused. Carry on, please.
Well, then, said Miss Barry, will you give us a bushel of peanuts? The novelty of the request so amused Ford that he gave her the money for the peanuts. And Miss Barry showed her youngsters how to plant and replant the peanuts until their sales piled up $500, quite a substantial sum in those days. Then she took the money back to Ford and showed him how she had multiplied his small donation. Ford was so impressed that he made her a gift of enough tractors and farm equipment to put her school farm on a self supporting basis. Moreover, through the years, he gave her more than $1 million for the beautiful stone building that now stands on the campus of the school Miss Barry founded. I couldn't help being impressed, Ford said, with her sincerity and the marvelous way she applied it in behalf of the needy boys and girls. Faced with adversity, Miss Barry learned that you can achieve your goals in life by demonstrating your sincere desire to make the lives of others easier and better through a product, service, or talent. In fact, adversity can teach you many things. In her book, in his book, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill wrote, "Adversity is good for us. The person who really ought to be pitied is the one who grows up with a silver spoon in his mouth. A person who grows up rich has no responsibilities and will never be a strong competitor of the individual who had to fight hard for every foot of ground that he or she has covered. Hill points out it is not wealth that makes a person, it is character, persistence, and a strong determination to be a service to the world.
Hill says that we might as well understand now that our real success will be measured and determined by the quantity and quality of service that we render the world. There is no guesswork, no luck, or chance about this. It's according to nature's own laws. You may be wealthy, says Hill, but that isn't success. You may have a splendid education, but that isn't success either. You may have wealthy parents, but again, that isn't success. The only real, permanent, and worthwhile success, according to Hill, is represented by the character you are building. He says that we are building some sort of character all the time, and that by devoting some of our time to self-improvement, like developing self-confidence and self-control, we are building a character that will be an asset in years to come. Character is built slowly, step by step. Our every thought and every act goes into it. Character is the crystallization of the things we do, the words we speak, and the thoughts we think. If you think about worthwhile things, says Hill, you are pretty much apt to be a worthwhile person. You can be pretty much what you want to be if you will keep your mind on the one thing you want to be long enough. But that assumes that you also try your hardest, not just wish hardest. Hill also explains that we should never complain if success does not come easily. If it did, we might not recognize it when it arrived. He observed that the world is waiting for men and women who are seeking the opportunity to render real service, the kind of service that lightens the burdens of our neighbors, the kind of service that makes the world a better place to live in, the kind of service that 95 out of 100 people do not render because they do not understand it. Okay, positive action steps.
Make it your policy to always do more than you're asked to do. Always be sincere and always be ready to prove you're sincere in your goals. On the job, find something that needs to be done and do it. You know what really stood out for me when you were reading, Lisa, is when you wrote, um, let me see, to self, he said it, devoting. I just lost it.
Oh,
Oh, you can be pretty much what you want to be if you keep your mind on the one thing you want to be long enough. But that assumes that you also try your hardest, not just wish hardest.
yeah.
And I think a lot of times in the past, I have wished the hardest and then complained when I
Mm,
did not get what it was that I wanted. Um, and I really like this, that if I can do something that needs to be done, that someone is not telling me what to do and just do it, that really will make a difference. Yeah, that
mm-hmm.
really struck me. So you
Yeah.
have a great day
You as well. Yeah.
and be
And
successful.
I will. I will be. No
Uh,
doubt.
Okay, have a
Okay,
great
so
day.
yes, I will see you again tomorrow. Thank
Okay,
you.
bye-bye.
Bye for now.